Welcome, Raven Nation. Welcome, Ravens flock. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me for the King Ravens Fan Chat video podcast. I'm your host, King Raven, and we're going to be going over the game. We're going to review the game. The title of this video is Ravens and Coaches Squanders a 17-point lead. Ravens and players squandered a 17-point lead at the house, okay? At the house. But hey, look, keep your head up, Ravens fans. We got a very good team. We just got a couple of things that need to be fixed. And once they are fixed, we should be all right. We should be all right. We'll see the Bills again at their house probably. And it won't be pretty the next time we see them because this organization know how to fix problems. And they got a big problem on their hand that they need to fix, and we'll discuss that. But what a game, what a game, what a game. A good game for the Ravens, a real good game to hold a perennial Super Bowl contending team at bay for as long as they did. So they did a good job coming out the gate, and even with the final score. They played sound for most parts of the game until they begin to fold on the offense and on the defense, which I highly contributes a lot of that just to the coaching because we outcoached them in the first half. They outcoached us in the second half. That's basically how that game went down. Are we going to be outcoached? Yes, coaches are going to do bad jobs. They're going to get outcoached from time to time. Good teams, players going to make plays. Elite players going to make mistakes and not make a play. All right, so that's all a part about football. That's why I love this game so much is because that's football. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect somebody to go out there week in and week out and play 100% to their potential because it just doesn't happen that way. You're going to have your good games and you're going to have your bad games. I used to play football. I used to play semi-pro football, and I know exactly how that works. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. All right? For some players. Okay? So we're going to dive in. We're going to start talking about the game, recapping this game to see what took place. All right? The Ravens came out, baby. They were swinging. They were putting that on them. They were putting that on them. You know what I'm saying? And first thing come to my mind was they putting this on them, but how long are they going to be able to put that on them? You know what I'm saying? They come out the first half, and they was beating the Bills like I don't even know what to say. It's a word I want to say, but I can't say it on live. But they came out and they were beating the Bills down. Okay, they was beating them into submission. Only thing they had to do was continue to do whatever they was doing in the first half in the second half. Because evidently the Bills coaching staff went into the locker room and said, hey, look, we need to make some changes in order to win this game, and this is what we're going to do. And they did those changes, and those changes were effective. Okay, so you got to look at that. You know what I'm saying? So our coaches go into the locker room at halftime, then they come back out, then it's a whole different thing on both sides of the ball, the offense and the defense. Both units are playing pretty good in the first quarter, in the first half. Then they went to the locker room. The team that went into the locker room didn't return. I don't know what goes on in that locker room, but I would like to know because it's something that happens in their locker rooms, especially at the M&T Bank Stadium locker room. Something happens when they go in there and they come back out, and it's a whole different story. That's why we had 5 consecutive losses at M&T Bank Stadium. Unheard of for the Baltimore Ravens organization. This is one stat that really depresses me, is that stat right there when we did so good with that stat for years and years, okay? All right, I just want to say one thing. Come here. Ray Lewis, come here for a minute. Hey, can you just come back for 1 year? Just 1 year for a Super Bowl run. Just 1 year, bro. Just 1 year. Just a 1 year contract. Play a coach. You ain't got to play that many downs. We just need you on the sideline, man. Just 1 year. Terrell Suggs, come here for a minute. 1 year, bro. Just 1 year. Come help us out. Come get this team back together, man. This team have lost their identity defensively. Come give it back to them. Come give it back to them. You can do it. You can do it. $1 million contract each. Just 1 more year. You got it in you. I know you can do it. Please come back. Please. Hey, we need some help, bro. We need some help. So I'm reaching out. If they don't want to reach out, I'm going to reach out. You know what I'm saying? Because we need some help on defense, something serious. You know what I mean? They played, like I say, they played a good game in the first half. They played good. They was tackling pretty good. They was covering real good. We was getting pressure on the quarterback pretty good. Even though we couldn't seem to contain them, we was running past them, grabbing them by his shirt and all that. You can't do that with those perennial quarterbacks like Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wants you to do. Big as he is, you can't tackle him trying to grab his jersey. You can't tackle him running past him. And Brandon Stevens, come in. Let me tell you something about sacking the quarterback, which I used to do pretty good. Listen, when you get right there in front of the quarterback and you look up at his arm and you see his arm go forward, you need to whatever it is, you did the right thing. You paused, but then you kept going after he threw the ball. You know, you just can't do that. You can't do that. We can't blame that on the ref. That was a mistake by Brandon Stevens, which kind of like played into us losing this game also. But there were other factors. So the defense has got to figure out a way to tackle better. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't normally bash players, but it's time for a change at the middle linebacking position. Okay? Patrick Queen needs to go. Read my lips. I'm sorry. Patrick Queen needs to go. Okay? He needs to go. This organization is known for great and perennial linebackers, elite linebackers. Okay? Now, recently, we can't develop and draft linebackers. I don't know what has contributed to that. We've lost a lot of scouts through the years. That could be it. But we need to go find a linebacker. We might need 2 of them. Okay, we need 2 linebackers that can cover. We need 2 linebackers that can tackle. And then lastly, we need 2 linebackers that can catch interceptions that are put right in their gut. Okay, it's just given to you. Like somebody give you a loaf of bread, say, here you go, loaf of bread. It's free, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Those sacks, those interceptions you cannot drop. You cannot drop. Man, if that was Ray Lewis would have scored a touchdown. That's why we need you back, Ray. Please come back to us. So I've had enough of Mr. Patrick Queen. I gave him the opportunity. I'm going to give him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you comment. How you feel about Patrick Queen? You think Patrick Queen need to go, or you think he need to stay on the Ravens roster? Me personally, I think it's time for Patrick Queen to exit the building. And we need to bring somebody in there that can get the job done. And the longer we wait, the more in danger we are of not making the playoffs, because the decisions they make now are going to affect the playoff run. Because I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to go to a playoff. I have no doubt in my mind the defense is going to get better. I have no doubt in my mind that the team is going to be better. I think the team is going to be awesome. They might not even lose no more games, folks, the way I'm looking at this. So if you feel different, let me know. Comment in the box. Oh, also, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and turn on your notifications for more great shows like this. So getting back to the subject at hand, okay? So now we're on the players, defense, okay? I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like the defense, they have the potential. They have that defense has all the tangibles to be a very dominant defense. But something is missing. Something is missing in that defense. I think it's the linebacking position. I also think it's the outside linebacking position. I think those 2 positions are the main reasons why our defense squander leads and can't hold, and can't defend. You know what I'm saying? And I heard today they was the last defense. We was the number 31st defense, 31. Well, we did last. But we were the number 31st defense in the NFL. I don't know. I've been watching the Ravens ever since 1996. I don't think they ever been 31st. No, 31st. That's kind of wacky. So something need to happen there. We need to look at. Should we got rid of Wink Martindale? I tell you this right now. Wink Martindale wouldn't have been last in pass defense. I know that one year we was kind of high, but I just don't. So that Wink Martindale firing might backfire on the Ravens. It might, because it seems like they played a little better for Wink than they do this McDonald guy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 games in now. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 3 games to get this defense firing on all cylinders. Okay? I know the reason why that hasn't happened, because you got players that doesn't fit the bill. We need to get some players in there that's going to fit the bill. I don't care what the cost is. Pay the people, bring them in there, and let them fit the bill, and let them get the job done. Let them get the job done. We need linebackers bad. We need linebackers. Until we get linebackers outside and inside, it's going to be a long season for the defense. It's going to be a long season for the defense. Marcus Peters and John Harbaugh got into it today on the sideline. Y'all heard about that? I wonder what that conversation was about. It seemed like he was pretty hot. He was hot about something. I probably already know what it is. Okay? In my mind, it's Patrick Queen. I see him as the number 1 contributor to the defense collapse. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the only one missing tackles and receptions and everything, but still, he plays a big factor in that. If you don't got no middle linebackers, your defense is not going to be successful. I'm sorry to say that. This game goes back to the middle linebacker, like when Ray Lewis was there. The middle linebacker is the president of that defense. He's the president, okay? He's going to make a tackle when no one else can make a tackle. He's going to make a tackle. He's going to intercept the ball when no one else can intercept the ball. He's going to cause a fumble when nobody else can cause a fumble. He's going to do that. He's going to sack the quarterback. He's going to catch interceptions. That's what great linebackers do. So we don't have that linebacker on our roster. We done gave Patrick Queen too much time to improve with this plan. It hasn't happened. Even with a change of coordinators, it hasn't happened. So what's that telling me is that he is just not good for this team. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not bashing him, saying he shouldn't be in the NFL. I just don't think he needs to be on the Ravens. I think the Ravens need to go and find that perennial linebacker somewhere. If you got to bring Ray Lewis back and give him a massage or whatever, a couple millies, and let him go for 1 more year. I don't know what you're going to do, but you got to do something. Something got to change on that defense. Something got to change. I don't know if it's the play calling, if it's the coordinator, or just the players on defense. I can't really tell about the defense. I'm not saying Mike McDonald didn't call a good game. You know what I'm saying? Is the talent on the field producing? The middle linebackers, the outside linebackers. When we can't, look how much pressure they was putting on Josh Allen. They were putting pressure on him all day. They was pressuring him pretty good. I will say that, but not to be able to contain him and tackle him. Come on, man. Where they do that at? That's stuff we got to do, man. You got to do that. Stop letting receivers run past you. I don't care if they're going to get the ball or not. You better be with them. Go with them. If he's open, go with him. Do not let a receiver run past you. They continue to do that this week. Last week, they started off a little bit doing that. Then they kind of got back on the right side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? With not letting anybody get behind them. So today they started letting receivers get behind them again. Okay? The run defense started getting bad. It's like the second half, I don't know what defense come back out, but it wasn't the same one that went in the locker room. Because if we'd have had that defense, this game would have been out of here. Okay? So something's got to happen on the defense. It needs to happen quick because you got Cincinnati coming next week at the crib, at the bank. Okay? So if that defense is not fixed, they're going to pretty much get a dose of the same thing because Buffalo and Cincinnati got a similar playing style. Okay? And believe me, Cincinnati going to use the same scheme that Buffalo did in the second half on the Ravens. They're going to do the same thing, okay? They're going to do the same thing because they're the number one team. So whatever the number one team do to beat them, we're going to do the same thing. So they got to figure that out. They got to figure that out. The defense got to figure out something. We got to figure out, do we have a defense or we don't have a defense? If we don't have a defense, then we probably won't get to the Super Bowl. We got to get this defense got to step up. It has to step up. Some kind of way. You know what I mean? Bring another coordinator in. Let McDonald chill for a second. Bring another coordinator in there to take over. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of Patrick Queen. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and get a proven linebacker that can cover and can tackle. We got to have a linebacker that can tackle. If the linebacker's not tackling, we don't have no defense, man. And now in today's NFL, if he's not covering receivers, he can't cover receiver, tight end, or running back, man, we behind the Powerball. So those are the reasons I've seen for the defense. No adjustments, kept doing the same thing, kept letting the players play in the same position or scheme or whatever it is they were doing. When you see that a player is not effective in a certain schematic, whenever he's out there, you need to change that schematic to where that player is good at. Exactly. He need to be where he's good at. He's good somewhere. Oway is good somewhere. But I think he just keep getting put in the wrong place. Patrick Queen, he's not good nowhere. It's time for Patrick Queen to go. He's not the middle linebacker the Ravens need. That was pathetic. That was pathetic today. That was pathetic. That defense collapse today was pathetic. It was embarrassing. It was pathetic for the Baltimore Ravens. Pathetic. We are a defensive organization. We are a defensive organization. How many years are we going to continue to allow a defense like we've been having for the last 5 or 6 years to be on the field in Baltimore? But Scotty, these are questions you need to ask yourself. Eric DeCosta, you need to ask yourself these questions. Shacky, whatever your name is, you need to ask yourself these questions. Something got to change, and it need to change quick if you want to win a Super Bowl. But if you want to wait till next year, okay, keep waiting on Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley better play next week. He better play next week. He better play next week. All right? So now we're going to go talk about the offense. Okay. Offense. First half, they came out swinging. Lamar Jackson looked like he's going to have a record day. Looked like he's going to be crowned the unanimous MVP in Game 4. They came out swinging. They was manhandling the Buffalo Bills defense. They was weighing down on them. They had them right there at the sucker punch right before the half, and they started letting up on them. Seemed like something changed. Something changed. First thing you got to think of, it's raining. It's raining. When it's raining like that, you want to ground the ball. You want to run the ball, okay? So you want to run the ball when it's wet outside. You got to kind of back off the passes too much. You know what I mean? You can have your big plays, but they wasn't getting that. Their defensive backs played real good to be second strings. They played real good against the number one offense in the NFL, according to stats. But whatever you were doing that was successful, you got to keep doing it. Even if a player doesn't fit it, you got to keep doing that because that's what was working. That what was working. Head coach, come here, John. Come here, John. King Raven want to talk to you. Mr. John Harbaugh, Coach Harbaugh, may I say. Do not go for it on 4th and goal no more this season. Do not go for 4th and goal no more this season unless the ball will only be in Lamar Jackson's hands. Okay? So I put that out there. How much longer are we going to see this team squander games, lose games because inefficient coaching? That call for 4th and goal was just insane. Why would you want to do that playing a Buffalo Bill team that start picking up steam? You know what I mean? The morale and motivation shifted. It shifted towards the Bills. They started the game in steam. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get points whichever way you can get it. I don't care if you get a whatever kickback or what a safety. Get the points whichever way you can get them. 4th and goal. Then you're not going to put it in the hands of the league MVP, unanimous MVP, Lamar Jackson. Come on. Why wouldn't you want him with the ball? If I'm going to trust anybody with the ball with 4th and goal against the Buffalo Bills, Lamar Jackson keeps the ball. Only thing Lamar Jackson had to do was take off left. He would have been in the end zone. So I look at that and I say, is it the coaching that really messing this team up? And guess what I come up with? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How many times you got to figure out, okay, that was the best way we could win? How? How was that the best way you can win when you not 4th and 1, you 4th and goal, my man, and you want to take the ball out of out of the NFL's best player in history? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Why not go for 3 right here, Hobbs? 3, man. Just get 3 points, bro. Get 3 points. The game would have been tied. And we would have had a chance to win this game. But you just basically gave the game to the Bills. You gave it to them. Come on. That defense had tightened up. You wasn't getting much from them. Why would you try them like that? When there was 5 people, we had 2 receivers, a tight end and a receiver, in the same position, which shouldn't have happened. So that was messed up from the get-go. Then you have 5 defensive players surrounding them. And that's where you're going to go with the ball? On a 4th and goal? Now, I know a lot of people say, well, they're the experts, they're the executive. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Ray Charles could have seen it, man. Ray Charles could have seen that. Come on, man. You kick a field goal right there. Give your team a chance to win this game. What are you scared of? It's not the Super Bowl. What you got to lose at this point? Huh? I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't care what nobody say. And anybody that don't like to get points, I don't know. And we got the best kicker in the NFL history, and you won't even use him. I don't care if he kick 100 field goals. I don't care if we don't throw no pass touchdowns. Ain't nobody out here for no records. We out here to beat somebody but. You know what I'm saying? So we already know about the tackle position. Ronnie Stanley just don't feel like he can play. I wish he'd go ahead and retire so they can get that money from that contract, don't pay him nothing, and go out there and find a real tackle. They shouldn't let Orlando Brown win. But, you know, hey, look, I don't run that. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and find a left tackle. You know, I don't know how you're going to do it. You know, do a medical settlement with Ronnie Stanley. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's going to take a medical separation or whatever, medical retirement. Give him his money so he can go get somebody in there to play left tackle. All right? Get somebody in there to play left tackle. Our offense didn't really do that bad today. I just think they was put in bad situation. Going for it in 4th and goal, late in the game like that against the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Come on now. They're supposed to be the number 1 team. If you believe that, you're crazy. The Ravens are the number 1 team. I don't care how bad we look today. We're going to be the number 1 team, believe me, because the Ravens are going to fix all those problems. Trust me. They're going to get fixed one way or the other. Okay? I think a couple of seats might be getting warmed up because, you know, I know it's only the 4th game. I shouldn't be saying we're heating up no seats, but you got to start thinking about at least warming them up. Turn the eye and put it on our simmer. Say, look, I got it on simmer now. God damn, do it again. Let us lose one more home game again from a 4th and goal. Come on, man, a 4th and goal. That's the difference of the game. But in his mind, he didn't do nothing wrong. And that's what's scary to me. When somebody don't see that they doing something wrong to cause their team to lose, or coach to cause their team to lose, then you on a whole nother level. That's telling me, can't nobody tell you nothing. All he had to do was call me. King Raven, what you think I need to do right here? Kick the field goal, John. Please kick the field goal. John, keep the field goal or give it to Lamar, let Lamar go to the left. Because the left was wide open, baby, and I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're going to halftime, both coaches, both coordinators, the head coach, coordinators, they're going halftime, and they get the case of the dum-dums. They come back out in the second half doing something totally different, going for it on 4th and goal, just doing all kind of crazy stuff, calling 3 timeouts right there at the end of the game, which didn't make sense. It's just a plethora of things. You know what I'm saying? But they played a good game today. I was kind of proud of the way they played, even the way they started. Even though they didn't finish well, I was still proud of the gut and the play that they did in the first half of that game. That was something to see, and it's going to get better. Trust me, it's going to get better before it gets worse. We'll get Ronnie Stanley back. J.K. Dobbins be back up to 100%. You know what I'm saying? The defense going to get better. They're going to get rid of Queen. They're going to bring somebody else in there. They're going to go out there and get some other players that's going to make this thing work. That's all they got to do because they right there. They right there at Super Bowl contention. But until they fix those areas right there we talked about, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. Am I on point or maybe I'm wrong? What you think? What you think needs to happen? Tell me exactly what you think needs to happen with the Ravens moving forward if they want to get to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about Super Bowl. I ain't talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about getting to the Super Bowl, which they try to do every year. And they can do every year. The Ravens can win the Super Bowl every year. The Ravens got to stop beating the Ravens. The coaches definitely got to stop beating the Ravens. Come on, coaches. You can't continue to beat your own team, man. Don't beat your team. You know what they are capable of. You know the strengths that you have. You know the weaknesses that you have. I don't think you know about Patrick Queen, but you better learn about him because he needs to go, bro. Get him out of there. Hobbs, listen to me. Get rid of Queen, bro. Call Ray Lewis back in there. Somebody got to come back. We got to have a pass rush. They got to sack the quarterback, tackle the quarterback. They got to close the run gaps. You know what I'm saying? The defensive backs can't keep letting the receivers go behind them. You know, come on, man. We better than that. The Ravens are better than that. And I believe they're going to get it done. I love our team. Good game today, Ravens. Go Ravens. We'll get them next week. Cincinnati Bengals are coming to town. M&T Bank Stadium. That's going to be a victory for the Ravens. I'm not even worried about that one. But they need to get to work, and they need to get to work hard to fix some of these problems. We can't keep going year in and year out. You know what I mean? Just last year, we lost 3 games to 4th and 1s. Come on, man. And now we are 4th and gold. Come on, we got to do better than that. Coaches, you got to do better than that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm telling you, you might have more experience than I do. You might have more money than I do, whatever. But guess what? It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. So you fix those problems, go to the Super Bowl, or you can ignore them and just keep going the way you're going, calling 4th and goal, not kicking a field goal, not making sure the ball is in your perennial player, trying to pass too much in a rainy condition when you should have been running the ball, which you were doing pretty good, which you stopped because you thought you was behind or something like that, or you wanted to get more stats for your quarterback. I don't know. But please go down this week. Go to the head shed, sit down. Y'all figure this out, man. Y'all right there, bro. You're right there, Ravens. And y'all can do this. You got what it takes. You got what it takes. You just got to put it together. It's something missing. It's something missing. It's some small things missing. And I already told you about that. Change it, offensive coordinator. I'm just saying. I'm leaving it alone. I ain't saying nobody need to get fired behind this game because this game was on a lot of people. To me, I believe the head coach lost the game today. That's me. I said it. I stand by it. I could be wrong. Tell me what you think. Do you think Harbaugh lost the game for him by going for 4th and goal? I say yes. I say yes because the loss is on. It ain't on Greg Roman. It's on him. Greg Roman can only do what he let him do, and it seems like he letting them do all the things that's causing us to lose games. And that's not talking about the defensive coordinator. That's a whole nother subject because he just trying to deal with what he has, and what he has is not what it needs to be. We don't have no linebackers. We don't have people that can tackle people. You know what I'm saying? We have pretty good cornerbacks. And they did good today. They did good with the receivers today. I'm not complaining about them. They're going to make plays. Stephon Diggs and I'm going to make plays. You know it. You know what I'm saying? You'd be stupid for me to stand here and say they ain't going to make plays. They're going to get burnt once in a while. But not tackling and let players run past you, that's unacceptable. That's not Raven football. And those things are going to get fixed. Trust me, Ravens fans. So, hey, look, keep your head up. We good. Don't worry about the Bills talk. You know, Josh Allen is going to be the MVP already. They're going to give it to him tomorrow. So don't worry about that. Don't let them fool you because our team is ready. I see it in us. Okay, next time we see the Bills, it's going to be a whole different story. Lamar going to tear them down, believe me. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Join me for my next video, which will be coming up soon, and we'll talk more. Email me, text me, you know, go to my Facebook page on King Ravens Fan Chat, you know what I mean, leave some comments, join the page or whatever. You know, just let me know how you feel, all right? So this King Raven out. May you have a blessed day. Take care of yourself, and we'll see how we're going to beat those Bengals next week. Go Ravens.